Today, we're diving into something that's on pretty much everyone's mind. How in the world do you future-proof your career when AI is changing, well, everything? So, let's just cut right to the chase. The big question, right? Is AI going to take your job? You hear these two crazy stories. One says it's going to be a paradise, the other says it's a doom and gloom for careers. So, what's the real story here? Well, before we can even get into that, we've got to be on the same page. Like, what even is this thing we're all talking about? Let's break down the tool that's changing the game. All right, so what is AI? Let's strip away all the jargon. At its core, artificial intelligence is just about machines, or really software, that can think, learn from information, and then make decisions. Kind of like we do. And listen, this next part is super important. When you picture AI, don't think of some sci-fi movie with robots walking down the street. That's not it. The real revolution is happening on our computers, right now. It's all about powerful, smart software. And I bet you're using it without even realizing it. You know those chatbots that pop up on websites? That's AI. The magic behind self-driving cars? AI. Even those cool new tools that can help you edit videos or write computer code? Yep, all AI. Okay, so we've got the basics down. Now for the part you're probably here for. Let's talk about the jobs in the crosshairs. Which roles, or more importantly, which tasks, are really at risk? This is probably the biggest takeaway, so lean in for this one. AI isn't really coming for your entire job, not overnight anyway. It's coming for parts of your job, the boring parts, the repetitive, predictable stuff you do over and over again. Just look at this. You've got things like data entry, answering the same customer questions again and again, basic accounting. See the pattern? It's all stuff that follows a clear set of rules, and that's exactly what AI is built for. It can do those things, and honestly, probably with fewer mistakes than any of us. So why is AI so good at this stuff? Well, this chart says it all. First, speed. It's just insanely fast. Second, cost. It's way cheaper in the long run. And third, it never gets tired. It can work 24/7, no coffee breaks needed. When it comes to these repetitive tasks, it's just no contest. But hold on, don't start panicking and updating your resume just yet. That's only one side of the coin. Now we get to talk about the good stuff, the human advantage. This is where we absolutely crush the machines. Okay, this right here might be the most important slide of the whole explainer. Look at this. AI is a beast when it comes to speed and processing data, no doubt. But us, we own creative thinking. We come up with the strategy. We understand feelings. That's emotional intelligence. And we can lead and persuade people. You just can't write code for that. So what does this mean for actual careers? Well, it points us toward the jobs that are not just safe, but are actually going to grow. Sure, you've got the obvious tech jobs like AI engineers, but check out the rest. Content creators, digital marketers, that's all about creativity. Healthcare professionals, that's empathy. And even skilled trades like electricians or mechanics, they have to solve brand new problems on the spot. That's all about those uniquely human skills. And that leads us to what might be the single most important sentence you'll hear today. Forget this whole AI versus humans idea. That's not the real fight. The real story is this. Humans who use AI are going to replace humans who don't. Simple as that. Okay, so the name of the game is adapting. But how? What do you actually do? Let's get down to business. Here is your 5-step plan to not just survive, but to thrive. All right, here we go, your roadmap. Step 1, get good with digital tools. Whatever your field is, master the tech. Step 2, you need to understand the basics of AI. I'm not saying you need to be a programmer. Just understand what it can do so you can use it. Step 3, work on those human skills we talked about, communication, teamwork, creative thinking. 4, never, ever stop learning. And finally, number 5, be adaptable, be flexible. That's going to be your superpower. Because really, that's what it all boils down to. In a world moving this fast, the future doesn't belong to the smartest or the strongest. It belongs to the fastest learners. It's a simple promise. If you're always learning, you'll always be valuable. So that brings us to the final section, and it might be the most important one. This is all about shifting how you think about this whole thing and asking a totally different question as we head toward 2030. Let me just say this as clearly as I can. AI is not the enemy. It's not some monster coming to take your job. It is a tool. It's like the invention of the calculator or the internet, but on steroids. It's a tool. So let's circle all the way back to that very first question we asked. Will AI take your job? But you know what? That's the wrong question. It's not about the AI. The real question, the one you should really be thinking about, is this. Will you upgrade yourself? See, the power isn't with the technology, it's with you. You have the power to learn, to adapt, and to turn this tool into your biggest advantage. So my advice? Start today. Because believe me, 2030 is going to be here before you know it.